quarterback of the Washington Redskins is Joe Theismann. They depend upon his strong right arm when they go to the air. One of his primary receivers is Art Monk. When it comes to excitement on the football field, Stump Mitchell provides it for the Cardinals and their fans on the return teams. As last week against the Minnesota Vikings in the Cardinal upset, he put that ball in early, good position for the St. Louis Cardinals. But when it comes to returns, the Washington Redskins, of course, have Mike Nelms. He's healthy once again. Neither of these men has called for a fair catch all season long in returning. And here he tucks the ball under his arm, Nelms does, and runs it 75 yards, all the way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Here this afternoon, we have the Washington Redskins and the St. Louis Cardinals.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Washington Redskins.
Here at RFK Stadium in the nation's capital, it is overcast. The temperature is in the 60s. We have the usual sellout crowd. Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson with George Allen here in Washington. Familiar surroundings for the former Redskin coach. George, about the Cardinals. They're coming in off an emotional win last week over the Vikings.
Yes, they are, Lindsey. I like the way the Cardinals played last week. They were very aggressive on offense. They were physical on defense. They dominated the game in the first quarter. They scored 13 points. They have yet to win on the road. I'm interested to see which Cardinal team is going to show up today, the one that we saw last week or the one that played the previous week.
Well, about the Redskins, they're coming in off a squeaker victory over New England.
They upset New England. They're a team that's better than their record. They have not played well at home. They're 1-4 at home. They are going to have to develop some consistency. Both these ball clubs have been hit and miss. Either team can win this ball game. It's a toss-up. It's a big game for both ball clubs.
Teams are on the field, and we're getting lined up for the kickoff now. And it's going to be the St. Louis Cardinals kicking off, so O'Donohue is teeing it up on the 35-yard line. Washington Redskins have deployed to receive the opening kickoff. Mike Nelms is back there center deep. Terry Metcalf and Virgil C. are flanking him. O'Donohue has it in the air. Nelms is moving over. Nelms has got it at the 5. He's at the 10 at the 15. Nelms to the 20, 25, 30. Mike Nelms 35, 40. What a return by Mike Nelms all the way back out to midfield. Finally stopped by Clayton. Here's the offense now. Theismann's the quarterback. Washington and Riggins are the setbacks. Art Monk and Virgil C. are the wide receivers. And here's the line. Jacoby starting up there at tackle now. Ahead of number 1 draft choice made. Stark is back at tackle, of course, was out with an injury. Warren is the tight end. First down, 10 yards to go, and the ball is just short of the 50-yard line. Overcast, cloudy. Motion across from a wing right. Handed off to Washington. Joe Washington picks up 1 yard to the 49-yard line to make it second down and 9 yards to go. That was Eric Williams coming in to make the tackle. Here's the down 4 for the Cards. They played a 4-3 last week. They're in the 43 again today. Pollard, Dawson, Brown, and Greer. And it's Aarons again, the middle linebacker, with E.J. Jr. the weak side, and Eric Williams, the strong side linebacker. There are the deep men. Jeff Griffin back on that right corner again today for the Cards. The Redskins in their usual double tight end with a lone setback, and that is Washington. Motion to the outside. Contact made by Dawson on the contact there. Offsides against the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, Lindsey, I said which type of team would show up today. The Cardinals aren't playing the first portion of the game the way they played last week.
Encroachment, 73 defense, second down.
Mike Dawson, 73, second down, only 4 yards to go now at the Cardinal 44-yard line. Don Warren and Rick Walker, the double tight ends of the ballgame. Walker's number 88. You've seen him in motion on the first 2 plays from scrimmage. Monk comes out to a wide right. Washington the lone setback to the Redskins. Theismann's the quarterback. There's Washington looking for 4 yards. And he got it. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Washington Redskins and the National Football League is prohibited.
Well, Nelson tried to block Washington down and missed him, allowed him to pick up the first down.
1st and 10, and the ball is at the 38-yard line. Looks for Muck, Art Muck, and he's got it for a touchdown. Carl Allen on the corner. Muck beat him and took it into the end zone. 38-yard TD pass thrown by Joe Theismann.
Well, here's Muck one-on-one off a play action. Runs a perfect pattern, gets Carl Allen turned around. Joe had good protection. Beautiful drive by the Redskins.
It took 1 minute for them to go 51 yards on 3 plays and get on the scoreboard. Conversion attempt coming now. Mark Mosley attempting. Theismann is holding. Mosley straight away, and it's good. And so, as they come back up the field, the Redskins have struck early here this afternoon. They've won at home only once this year.
Here's Theismann's first pass of the game. Makes a fake to the fullback, the man in the fullback position, a post pattern by Art Monk. He has Allen beaten, got him turned. Perfect execution.
It's going to be Mosley kicking off now from the 35-yard line. Stump Mitchell is center deep. They like for him to get the ball, and he's got it at the 7. He's out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. Stump Mitchell sheds a tackler and drives to the 30-yard line. Got by Mel Kaufman. So here's the offense for the Cardinals. Jim Hart's the quarterback. Anderson and Wayne Morris are the running backs. Tilly and Mel Gray are wide. Here's the offensive line. LaFleur is the tight end starting here this afternoon. Marsh is out for the year. He started last week. It is 1st down and 10 yards to go. Ball at the 30-yard line. Tilly comes out to a wide left. Roy Green goes to a wide right. Jim Hart brings them up. Morris and Anderson on the setbacks. Jim Hart. Opposite complete. Looking by his tight end LaFleur, and he gets up to the 40, just across the 40-yard line. Dave Butts in to make the tackle. Here's the down 4. George Butts, Brooks, and Mendenhall. Coleman, Olkowitz, and Kaufman starting. Dusic's out with an injury. Parrish, Lavender, Murphy, and Peters are deep.
Well, Lindsey, with Perry Brooks in there, it helps their pass rush. He's quick.
1st down and 10 yards to go. Still Anderson and Morris, the setbacks. Green is in a wide left. Tilly's in a wide right. Again, it's Hart. Backs up and goes, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Anderson, coming out of the backfield. Covered by linebacker Monty Coleman. Now here's the final. The San Francisco 49ers continued to roll today as they defeated Pittsburgh by a score of 17-14.
That means they'll have a 2-game lead going into next week's game.
And we'll be there, you and I, in San Francisco next week.
Now, Lindsey, that last pass that Hart threw, he had plenty of time. It's interesting to me that the Redskins have not put too much pressure on him today. That's things that I always look for. How are they rushing the pass early in the ball game?
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. Anderson is carrying. Got up there near the 45-yard line before Carl Lorch made the tackle.
Well, Anderson is due to explode. He's too good a back. He has yet to make 100 yards this year. And I think I mentioned this last week. All you have to do is run and take off and don't hesitate too much. And I think he's ready to explode and have a big game pretty soon because he's a fine football player.
They're into the nickel now, and Jerris White has come in for the Washington Redskins. Richie Pettibone brought up the same point that you were saying about the pass rush. He said that the deep coverage can't hold up that long if you don't get a good pass rush.
Not under the present rules.
3rd down and 5 yards to go. Jim Hart. Whistle stops play. I think it's 30-second clock ran out. That'll cost him 5 for delay of game.
You know, what we have going here today is an individual battle also, Lindsey, between Nelms and Stump Mitchell. We have two top kick returners. And what I used to stress with my special
Delay of
teams,
game, 17 offense, third down.
Stump Mitchell would have to do a better job than Nelms, and Nelms would have to have a better return average than the other guy. So we've got quite a battle here. We've got two excellent return people.
Third down and 10 yards to go. A little more than 10, actually. William Gray, a wide receivers, along with Roy Green. Three of them in there at the moment. Jim Hart steps up, got a lot of time, and throws to Tilley, intercepted. Taken by Mark Murphy, number 29. Mark Murphy with the first interception of the day at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, you know what? What you said is true. He had a lot of time. Look at the time he has to throw. Plenty of time. Good protection from that Cardinal offensive line. He just overthrew Tilley, number 83. He overthrew him. They're not playing like they did last week this early.
Not at all. First turnover of the day. Miami Dolphins beat Baltimore Colts by a score of 27-10, and that's the final. Right here, the Redskins are leading by 7 points. They have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 36.
Now, the last series, Joe set that pass up perfectly well with his running game. Ran the ball, then play action pass. Let's see what he does this series.
Washington still the lone setback. He's got Monk and C double to the left side. He's got Don Morris. Rick Walker in motion across. That's Washington. Gets it all the way up there to the 42 or 3-yard line. Ken Green made the tackle.
Well, I looked for the Redskins to use Monk, number 81, one-on-one against number 35, Jeff Griffin. Now, he's the rookie starting his second game out there in the right corner. Monk has a big height advantage. Now, they used Monk against Carl Allen. It was successful.
Second down and 3. The ball is at the 43-yard line. Right in across. Washington again. Slashes for the 1st and 10. Ken Green again on the tackle with Joe Washington, who came to the Redskins from Baltimore, has picked up a 1st and 10, and it's at the 49-yard line.
Well, Washington is so quick. As a remaining back, they have him lined up in a fullback spot, and he's so quick. I don't think he played the first game in St. Louis. They didn't have him against the Cardinals.
1st and 10, just short of the 49-yard line. That's Walker in motion across. Passman. And it's completed. It's C down the sideline into the end zone for the touchdown. Virgil C. and Jeff Griffin was the quarterback who made the move. The ball is to C for the touchdown.
Well, he did the same thing. Set this up with a running game. A gamble on an interception by, I think it was Carl Allen, 27. And Say has a little more speed. He's got racehorse speed. Beautiful execution.
Conversion attempt coming now. Mark Mosley will boot. Theismann is holding for him. And it's good. So the Redskins have struck quickly here. And they've put 14 points on the board. And the clock says that we have 10 minutes, 42 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. In the battle for New York, the Jets beat the Giants. Final score 26-7. Mosley's going to kick it off here. Stump Mitchell is center deep. Stump is waiting, and he's got it at the 8-yard line. He's at the 10, he's at the 15, the 20, the 25. Stump Mitchell to the 30, 35, to the 40-yard line. Plenty of excitement on the returns today. Wansley made the tackle.
Mosley has a groin injury. He's favoring that, and he doesn't take off and charge that football like he usually does. He's playing with a groin injury. That was Ken Green that dove for that ball. We just saw the 7. Carl Allen's 27. Ken Green is 37.
That was on the touchdown pass. 1st and 10 now at the 40-yard line. Anderson and Morris are the setbacks for Jim Hart. This is Anderson. Sheds 1. And drives to the 45. He got 5. Mark Murphy made the tackle.
Well, the Redskins came out, like I said at the top of the show, Lindsay, very aggressive, all charged up. That's the way the Cardinals came out against Minnesota last week.
It's exactly the way they came out. The Cards not managed to get it on track so far, but we're early in the football game.
Well, Hart has had protection. When he's decided to throw in that first series, he's had protection.
Second down play coming here. He gives it to Morris. Wayne Morris got the first down. Monty Coleman and Lamar Parrish made the stop.
I like Wayne Morris. He's a all-around, all-purpose football player. He can play halfback, fullback, block, catch, and he's in great physical condition. He stays in shape the year round. I had a chance to visit with him in the off-season one year. He's a splendid specimen.
Jarius White got halfway out on the field and came back. First and 10, 48-yard line. Move Combs over in a hurry. They're a wing right. It's number 80. Give it inside to Anderson. And Anderson finds running room across the 35 to the 34-yard line before Mark Murphy piles him up. And there's an injury. A Cardinal is down, and it is Joe Bostic who's down.
Well, this is a counter play. The backs switch. Big hole for Anderson. Now Anderson lowers his shoulder, breaks a tackle, picks up extra yardage. Now Hart is doing what Theismann did. He's setting up the pass with the run.
14-yard pickup. Bostic's brother is on the Washington team. His name is Jeff. This is Joe who is down. So it is an injury timeout. Rams are leading Detroit 7-0 in the first quarter.
And Wendell Tyler ran 69 yards.
Oh, a biggie.
And Detroit was leading the league on rush defense.
The score is Oakland leading New England now 3-0 in the first quarter. And right here, the Redskins are leading at 14-0. St. Louis has the ball first and 10. They have it at the 34-yard line.
Lindsay, on that last touchdown, the Cardinals, Ken Green, 37, tried to dive or possibly intercept the ball, missed it. It was a perfectly thrown ball, a very hard thrown ball, and Say went all the way for a touchdown.
That is Jeff Bostic of the Washington Redskins, and it is his brother Joe Bostic of the St. Louis Cardinals, who is still getting attention from the training staff out on the field, having been injured. And now he sort of lays back as they are going to send for other members of the training staff. Look at this one. San Diego is leading Kansas City 7-0 in the first quarter.
Well, they got upset last week by the Bears, and they have to bounce back. That's still anybody's race.
It is indeed. Here this afternoon so far, Otis Anderson is carried 3 times for 23 yards. Wayne Morris is carried once for 7, and Hart is 1 for 3, 11 yards. Next Sunday, there'll be more exciting football action on CBS. The NFL Today at 12:30 Eastern Time will start the day when Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, Phyllis George, and Jimmy the Greek bring you up to date on all the happenings around the NFL. And then St. Louis takes on Philadelphia, and Detroit takes on Washington here at RFK Stadium.
Well, you know, the Cardinals' victories to date have been upsets. They beat the Eagles last year, upset them last year, and the Cardinals are capable of beating any football team in the league.
They've beaten Dallas and they've beaten Minnesota. You're exactly right. It's a cloudy afternoon here, and the weatherman says the chances of rain are 10%, but it is a comfortable temperature in the mid-60s, and you can tell they always come out here to RFK Stadium, the 112th consecutive sellout at this stadium. And as we came in today, George Allen has been greeted by a lot of old friends around the stadium and among the crowd of Redskin followers.
Well, it's nice to be back here. 2 boxes to my left, Lindsay is one of the great quarterbacks in the history of the game, Sonny Jurgensen. And between Sonny and Billy Kilmer, they gave Washington 7 great years of football.
They did that. Here we go. First First and 10 for the St. Louis Cardinals at the Washington 34. Anderson and Morris are the setbacks for Jim Hart. Jim Hart. And it is picked off but not held. And so Mel Kaufman almost had the interception, not quite.
Well, he was open, but Hart had to loft it in there, not rifle it in. Now Kaufman, when I see 55, I don't think of Kaufman. I think of Chris Hamburger.
You'll always think of Chris Hamburger. 7-7, San Diego and Kansas City in the first quarter.
Muncie scored that touchdown for San Diego.
Second and 10 at the 34. That last pass is intended for Otis Anderson. Mendenhall has come out, and Manley is playing that defensive end position now. This is Anderson.
Well,
inside the 20.
Well, what happened? The Redskins dogged up the gut, up the middle, and they ran a sweep. Now, when that happens, your force, your linebackers are out of the place. See, Olkowitz coming up the gut. You don't even have to block him. And Anderson did this on his own. He cut back and good leg drive.
Report on the injury to Joe Bostic is it is an injury to his right ankle.
Well, that's good news. You always think about the head or something more serious. The right ankle will heal.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line. LaFleur in motion across. Leave it on the ground. Anderson again. And he's inside the 15-yard line. Mark Murphy, Mel Kaufman stopped him at the 14.
You know, Lindsay, you mentioned LaFleur in motion. LaFleur has got the speed of a wide receiver. He's a good athlete. He hasn't played a lot of football, and they picked him up when Dick Vermeil put him on waivers from the Eagles. And with Marsh being out, they're going to miss Marsh. LaFleur has to come through now.
Jarris White and Mike Nelms coming there defensively for the Redskins. Harris and Lavender come out.
Now that's
timeout for the St. Louis Cardinals.
You know, Lindsay, that's something. And in all the years, I can only remember once. I was telling Sonny before the game, I can only remember once where we went into the 2-minute drill without all our timeouts. And I see all around the league teams using their timeouts before the 2-minute period, both offensively and defensively. And it still bothers me because, you know, you need those timeouts. Right now, it doesn't seem like much. And I have the greatest respect for Jim Hart. By NFL rating system, the quarterbacks, Hart's not in the top 10. Sport Magazine asked me to rate the 10 top quarterbacks. I put Jim Hart in. I'm rating quarterbacks, not just passers. And he still has that strong arm. I watched him in the warm-up, Lindsay. He's throwing the ball accurately at 50 yards. And I think he's around 37 years old. No question in my mind that guy can play another year.
That's Neil Lomax, his backup, who's standing there just aside, and that is Jim Hannafin, the head coach of the Cardinals, with a headset on there as Jim Hart comes back to the huddle. There are stats on Jim Hart.
And he...
Second down, 6 yards to go at the 14. LaFleur and Combs are the double tight ends. Anderson. Just short of the 10-yard line before Coleman and Murphy brought him down. It'll be third and a long 2 here. Maybe closer to 3. Parrish and Lavender come back into the ballgame now on the third down circumstance. Nelms and Jarris White start off, pause, and now continue to the sideline. There are the St. Louis Cardinals' all-time leading rushers. Anderson now in the number 3 spot. He moved ahead of Trippi and John David Crow. Anderson has 6 carries for 46 yards so far today. Hutton is in there in that offensive line with Bostic out. Anderson's carrying. Looking for the 3. I don't think he got it. Carl Lloyd's came in to make the tackle.
Well, they're they're gonna measure, Lindsay.
The officials call for timeout to bring out the chain. In the third quarter, it is the Green Bay Packers 28 and Seattle 24.
Yeah, James Lofton scored on a pass from David Whitehurst.
First down and goal to go at the 7-yard line. Well, let's see. Today's rumors, George. I see you rumored as head coach at Green Bay and rumored as head coach at New England in the Washington Post today.
Well, it seems like every day. Now, you're my agent, and I'm going to be guided by what you say.
I'm just trying to keep track of them. Hand off to Anderson. Stop just short of the 5-yard line.
It's a package deal, you know.
Exactly.
I'm not going alone on this thing.
I'm with you.
You know, it's a wonder Anderson didn't fumble on that. He was hit right at the elbow, and he kept the ball.
It was Kaufman who came in to make the tackle. Kaufman playing in place of Brad Dusick, who's out with an injury. Washington defense.
Speaking of injuries, the Redskins have had 23 players on injured reserve this year, more than any team in the league.
Oh, yeah. Stump Mitchell and Wayne Morris are the setbacks in there now. Second and goal at the 5. Hart. Mitchell. He's at the 4. They got about a yard. Joe Lavender.
Well, Mitchell had his back turned to catch the ball, and Joe Lavender made a solid hit. Here's Hart backpedaling, throwing to his left to Mitchell, which is a similar play they used last week, but he overthrew Mitchell in the first quarter. In fact, Joe just blocked him down.
Now Morris goes off the field.
And Lorch came out. Big down here both ways.
Mitchell and Harrell are the setbacks. And again, a timeout is called by Jim Hart. Second time he's done that on this drive.
Well,
he calls time and goes to the sideline. So they've used 2 of their allotted 3 already. 4 minutes, 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Furnished by the National Football League. It is 7-7, Los Angeles, Detroit in the first quarter, and
Eric Hipple hit David Hill for a score.
The Detroit Lions and the Washington Redskins here next Sunday. Anderson is in there now. On a third and goal at the 4. That's Harrell in motion outside right. Hart pumps it over the middle, incomplete. A penalty marker goes down. He hit Roy Green. Jarius White was the defender. Roy Green, the intended receiver.
There it is. They used motion to make a 3-right formation. Can't see it, but he reached over and made contact.
Interference is called
before the ball was completed.
Tom Dooley, the referee today.
Pass interference. 45 of the defense in the end zone.
Jarius White.
First down on the 1-yard line.
First and goal at the 1 on the pass interference in the end zone. Anderson and Mitchell. Well, they're going to go full house this time. St. Louis full house. And it's Mitchell. Ball got away. But had he taken it in first? Some of the Cardinals signal touchdown. Some of the Redskins signal we've got it. We're waiting for Tom Dooley, who says he'll take charge.
Well, you know, with that formation, three backs, Trey backfield, the fullback usually takes you to the ball. So even though it's a strong running formation, it's easy to key on it. If you key the fullback will lead you to the ball carrier.
Second and goal. Inside the 1-yard line, Anderson, Mitchell, and Morris in the full house. And Mitchell got a penalty marker.
The Cardinals are offside. The Cardinals, the left side of the line, somebody jumped. On the left side of the offensive line, somebody jumped.
All right.
There it is. You can't make mistakes in this area of the field. When you get scoring opportunities and scoring position, you got to put it in. Cardinals have already had 3 penalties for 15 yards.
Illegal motion, 80 of the offense. Second down.
Chris Combs was the man who was in motion. Second down and goal to go at the 6. Green is in the wide right. Anderson and Morris are the setbacks.
The Redskins were trying to take time out and they couldn't get it in.
Jim Hart. And it is intercepted in the end zone. Touchback. Mel Kaufman got it. Redskins ball first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And the Redskins were trying to take time out because there was a mix-up, last-minute substitution. Now Hart is not a scrambler. He's got all day to throw, and this is always dangerous when you throw across the green. You don't know what the coverage is. No chance. The ball was thrown short.
Kaufman right there with White. Kaufman got the ball for the interception. 7-minute drive and no score. Still 14-0. The Redskins lead it, and they get the ball on the touchback on their own 20-yard line.
Big play for the Redskin defense.
Double tight end alignment again here this afternoon. That's Washington carrying. He's the lone setback in the game. Got to the 27-yard line before Ken Green made the tackle.
Well, the Redskins are running the ball effectively. They're fired up. They're playing with a lot of enthusiasm both ways.
Early in the second quarter in the big game, it is Dallas nothing and Philadelphia nothing. Philadelphia Eagles and the St. Louis Cardinals next Sunday.
And these Cardinals like to play the Eagles. They've had some of their best games against the Eagles.
Washington carried 5 times for 28 yards. He's still the lone setback. Joe Theismann to Washington. Got maybe a yard with that last one. Mike Dawson cut him off at the pass.
You see, Lindsay, going back to the motion penalty by 80, Chris Combs set up a situation where Hart had to throw. So now they say, well, Hart threw the ball through an interception. He shouldn't have had to throw. They should have had the ball on the 1-foot line, or they should have scored. So every mistake, every play is vital, and that's what you have to try to get across to your squad. Every time you break the huddle, this play right here on offense, this play on defense might mean the ball game.
Terry Metcalf, a former Cardinals, in there now in the backfield, running back spot. That's Metcalf in motion. Metcalf as the receiver. It was Lee Nelson, the defender there. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Redskins.
You see, when you can run the ball like the Redskins have, now you cut down the pass rush. The Cardinals' defensive line is not thinking of rushing Theismann right now. They're thinking, hey, I got to stop the run. I'm being blocked. Now when he throws in a running situation, it's effective.
Theismann is 3 for 3. 94 yards so far in the ball game.
And 2 touchdowns.
That's Metcalf in motion from a wing right. Theismann dropping back. And it's complete up the middle. Taken by tight end Don Warren. He stopped at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. It was E.J. Jr. on the stop.
Well, Theismann has time to throw. Good blocking in the offensive line. Tight end hooks up over the middle. They've been thrown to the outside, wide open. Double coverage. Your linebackers have to cover the tight end.
A double Monk and C to the right side. Washington's a setback. That's Monk in motion all the way across. On the delay, it's Washington. 45-40. 36-yard line. 1st and 10. E.J. Jr. made the stop.
Well, a good call. Joe gets all of his plays. Joe Theismann gets all of his plays. They're all signaled into him. Ran a draw. The passing game has been effective, so you run a draw. One play complements the other. They got the Cardinals reeling on defense. 16 yards in that draw, Lindsay.
1st down and 10 yards to go at the 36-yard line. John Riggins is coming there now. for the Redskins, and it's Riggins, the lone setback in this double tight end alignment. Big John Riggins. Penalty marker after about the 33-yard line before Dave Aarons, the middle linebacker for the Cards, made the stop.
Yeah, good.
Tom Dooley and his crew working on the penalty.
Joe Jacoby's been doing a pretty good job in there against Greer.
5-yard penalty marked off by referee Dooley.
Encroachment, defense, first down.
Encroachment. 1st and 5 at the 31. C goes to the left side. Art Monk comes to the right side. John Riggins, the setback. Riggins to the 26-yard line before Mike Dawson brings him down.
Well, this is the opposite of last week's games. Last week, the Cardinals controlled the Vikings just like this. There's John Riggins, number 3 in the NFL active rushers.
We're going to measure for the possible first down here.
And that's missing a season. And he's still number 3.
Second down, less than a yard to go for the Redskins. Washington's carried 7 times for 44 yards. Riggins has carried once for 4 so far. It is Detroit 10 and the Rams 7 in the first quarter.
Well, the Rams have to win to stay within range of the 49ers. They're 2 games behind right now.
And the 49ers already have won their game of the day. Second down play coming now for the Washington Redskins. Down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. And the time has run out in the quarter. So that's the end of the first quarter with the score, the Washington Redskins 14 and the St. Louis Cardinals nothing. At RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. as we start the second quarter, it's the Redskins leading by a score of 14-0. This is Lindsey Nelson with George Allen. It is second down and a yard to go for the Redskins. The ball at the 27-yard line of the Cards. John Riggins is the lone setback. He struggles for the 1st and 10 inside the 25-yard line. Dave Aarons made the tackle for the Cardinals.
And Lindsey, to show you how deceiving time of possession is, the first quarter the Cardinals had the ball for 8.5 minutes. And the Redskins 6.5 minutes. The Redskins are ahead 14-0.
Exactly. Doesn't mean a thing unless you put it in the end zone. Terry Metcalf is coming to the ball game now for the Redskins. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of the Cards. Riggins alone setback. That's Metcalf in motion across from the wing left all the way across. And it's incomplete. Metcalf was the intended receiver.
Well, he was jammed. That's why the ball was overthrown. And Metcalf and Theismann are complaining that he was hit downfield.
Tony Viteri, the official right there.
That's the best way to play pass defense. Jam them. Don't cover them. Hardest way is to cover them.
Theismann's first incomplete pass. It is second down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Joe Washington's in there as a setback now. Walker in motion to a wing left. Washington to the 22-yard line for 2. It'll be 3rd and 8.
You never get a clean shot at Washington.
Here it is, Dallas on the scoreboard first. Dallas 3 and the Philadelphia Eagles nothing in the second quarter.
Yeah, Raphael Septian, 32-yard field goal.
Joe Washington played his college football at the University of Oklahoma. He's carried 8 times for 46 yards for the Redskins here today so far.
Here's a big down. Big down both ways.
3rd and 8. Ricky Thompson's in there, the wide receiver left. That's Mosley in motion, or rather Metcalf in motion across. Cousins pass, and it is taken complete at the 10-yard line by Ricky Thompson. Roger Worley covering on that corner.
Yeah, almost the same type of execution that they scored on. Now, Theismann is so sharp, he threads a needle here. Now, Worley's got pretty good positioning. Now, watch Worley come in and just miss that football. Same way that Ken Green missed the one on the touchdown.
Picked up 12 yards on the play. The ball is touching the 10-yard line, so make that 1st and goal to go at the 10-yard line. Riggins is the lone setback. John Riggins. Nothing. Aaron's made the tackle.
You know, Lindsay, the first 3 games, the Redskins were predominantly a passing team. Pass, pass, pass. Now, the last 3, we've seen 2 of them, they're combining the run and the pass. They got a balanced offense. They can run the football. And when you can run the football, you're difficult to defense. You know you can pass. Everybody in this league can pass.
They get Washington, Metcalf, and Ricky Thompson in the ball game. Thompson goes out to a wide right. Monk comes to a wide left. Metcalf motion across. Ricky Thompson, front of the end zone, incomplete penalty marker. The defender's Carl Allen. Interference call.
Well, that's what we call a step-and-go pattern. The receiver just lays the ball up. They call 27 Carl Allen on it.
And it's in the end zone, 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Actually, the ball was overthrown, and the receiver didn't have a chance to get it.
Cardinals have been penalized 5 times, 28 yards as far as the yardage is concerned. But 1st and goal at the 1 now. Washington and Riggins are double setbacks. Riggins. Touchdown. Drag Dave Aarons right into the end zone. Well, it's a big day for the Redskins fans so far here at RFK. They haven't had an awful lot to yell about. They've won only 1 game at home coming into today's game.
Now, Aarons has a shot at him. Misses him. 35. Griffin had a shot at him. Now he just pulls Aarons right into the end zone. John's a big, strong runner.
And so the drive took 6 minutes. 21-0. Mosley will kick off. Mitchell is center deep. We have some confusion about whether that last conversion was good or not. We'll post you a little later on. One official signaled good and another signaled it wasn't. The scoreboard is posted 20-0. We're checking it now. Mitchell is waiting. He's at the 10-yard line. He's at the 15. He's at the 20. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 25. Wansley in to make the tackle. Well, the scoreboard, in deference to our situation as well, has taken the score down completely. There is no score on the scoreboard.
You know, this puts a lot of pressure on your offense, especially your quarterback, when you're behind. 3 touchdowns, 21-0, early in the second quarter. Now, the one advantage you have, you got time to catch up.
The roar you hear is for the posting of the score, 21-0. The conversion was, in fact, good. So, as you were, or whatever. Morris is carrying. He's out there to the 28-yard line.
The one thing I used to tell my ball clubs, Lindsay, if we got behind like this, I can't remember many times when we got behind like this, but when you get behind, play your game. Don't try to get back in one play. Don't panic. Just play your game. Stick together. The things that we decided to do before we came in here are still good. Don't change because you're behind by 3 touchdowns.
Well, you're right about one thing, George. When you get this far behind, you don't like to remember it. That's for sure. 2nd down and 7. That's Morris. Redskins piled him up. Olkowitz, the middle linebacker, and Mendenhall made the tackle.
Well, this is a fun game for your defense because you can play run over pass most every down, and you can be correct. And a lot of times you can play run over pass and still do a good job stopping the run.
It's going to be 3rd and 9 now. Ray, Green, and Tilley, wide receivers.
Yeah, to my way of thinking, Hart has to get the first down. Get 10 yards, get the first down.
Harrell backed up to even up as a setback. Jim Hart. He got the first down.
Exactly 10 yards.
Tilley, yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Lavender hit him and drove him back, but forward motion was stopped up there at first down yardage.
That's the way to do it. See, a lot of quarterbacks who get behind like this, they'll try to get a home run, try to hit the bomb, and your percentages are 8, 9, 10%.
More lights have been turned on now at RFK. For this late afternoon game, kickoff set at 4 p.m. Washington time. It was overcast at kickoff time. Morris and Anderson to the setbacks in an I formation. Jim Hart swings it out to Anderson. Cuts back 40, 45. Otis Anderson. All the way to the 45-yard line of the Redskins before Mark Murphy finally drags him down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Now that has been there before. On Hart's interception, Anderson was yelling for the ball. The interception he threw in the end zone. Now watch Anderson turn it down, use his blockers, and cut back. Right here he turns it on.
19 yards he picked up on that scurry. Redskins are leading at 21-0, and we're in the 2nd quarter with 9 minutes 52 seconds left to play in the 1st half. Morris and Anderson setbacks for Jim Hart. Tilley in motion outside right. Hart still has the ball. Releases it to Morris. Wayne Morris. Out of bounds inside the 35. Monty Coleman ran him out.
And Hart was on his back. There was a delivery sack on Hart on that one. Wayne Morris showed the good athlete he is. The ball was behind him, Lindsay. I've seen a lot of guys fall down on that type of play. He kept his balance, picked up some good yardage.
A 1st down and 10 yards to go at the 35.
Well, this is what the Cardinals have been doing. They've been moving the ball down the field, keeping the clock going, but no points on the board. When they get down to scoring position, something happens.
Just what they've been doing. They've been in possession. Pat Tilley goes to a wide left. Hart is 5 for 9, 52 yards, 2 interceptions. Anderson to the 33-yard line. Olkowitz made the tackle. And a 2 makes it 2nd down and 8.
This is a vital drive for the Cardinals. They're behind 21 points. They haven't played that badly on offense. Hart's thrown 2 interceptions, but they got to come away with some points, even if it's just a field goal. That's the way you have to think if you're the Cardinal coaching staff.
Otis Anderson's carried 9 times for 54 yards so far. Anderson's got it on the draw. Right at the 1st down.
Well, Anderson's running harder than he did last week against the Vikings. I think he's got a chance the way he's running today to get that 100 yards or more. Here it is. Draw play to Anderson. Not much of a hole. Now watch the legs. Watch him bring the knees up right here. Keep churning.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Plenty of time. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half. Billy goes to a wide left. Roy Green comes to a wide right. LaFleur's the tight end. Anderson's got the ball to the 21-yard line. Mark Murphy on the tackle.
Yeah, Wilbert Montgomery scored 2-yard run to put the Eagles ahead.
Eagles leading the Cowboys 7-3 in the second quarter. Big game. Eastern Division of the NFC. Second down, about 7 yards to go, maybe 8. Mitchell's in there now. Mitchell with Wayne Morris at setbacks. That's Hart. Penalty markers go up. Long pass incomplete.
Yeah, I believe the Redskins were dogging and they're offside. The Cardinals have kept the ball for over 5 minutes in this drive. Now he's going to, might have been a motion, somebody in the...
Motion against the Cardinals?
Yeah, that's what drew him offside.
Roy Green, maybe.
Well, that's the Cardinals' 6th penalty.
An option of the Redskins, and they're being consulted by referee Tom Dooley.
Illegal motion, 25 offense.
That's Green.
Mr. Klein, third down.
Don't take it, make it third down and about 7.5 or 8.
That's a good decision. Why give him another shot there? You're ahead. Matt Mendenhall just came out for the Redskins.
Tilly, Gray, and Green are the wide receivers in there now. There's the total penalties for the day. Double Tilly and Gray to the left side, Green to the right side. Running backs well split for Jim Hart. On the blind side. Manley, Dexter Manley got to him.
Well, Dexter Manley beat the tackle from the outside to the right of your screen. Watch Dexter Manley come in and hit Hart from the blind side. He beat Collins. Hart fumbled, but the official ruled him dead.
So Worley is in the hole for O'Donoghue, and this will be a 43-yard attempt. O'Donoghue's long is 47 for the year. Worley holding for O'Donoghue, 43. No good. Wide to the left. Ball goes over at the line of scrimmage, which is the 26-yard line. First and 10. Redskins are leading it 21-0 in the second quarter. It is first and 10 now for the Washington Redskins. They held the ball at their own 26-yard line. They lead 21-0. Monk is in motion across. Theismann waiting for the snap. Washington has the ball. Headed up to the 30-yard line.
Well, Lindsay, Joe Bostic has a sprained right ankle. It doesn't appear to be too serious. They may tape it, and he could be back. So that's good news for the
very good news.
Cardinal fans. You know, this is such a deceiving game. Neither team has punted today. Yet the Cardinals have no points on the board.
Cardinals have had the ball a lot. They've driven the ball a lot, but so far they have come up empty. And the Redskins lead at 21. Zip, second down. Coming now, 6 yards to go at the 30. Washington to the 33-yard line before Green made the tackle. Make it third down and 3. It's Oakland 10 and the New England Patriots 3 in the second quarter.
Yeah, Mark Van Eegen scored the touchdown, a 3-yard run.
Terry Metcalf comes into the ballgame now. Tight end Rick Walker comes off for the Redskins. Theismann has picked up his play from the sidelines and is calling it in the huddle. Washington's carried 10 times for 53 yards so far. C comes out to a wide left, Art Monk to a wide right. Metcalf in motion across. Completed. Washington got it up there to the Metcalf got it up there to the 43-yard line.
Well, I'm sure Metcalf is happy to have a game against his old teammates. You see, there's no rush by the front four of the Cardinals now. And the reason The Redskins' offensive line is doing a good job of blocking. You got to give them credit, but also the running game takes away the rush. They're worried about stopping both.
4 minutes, 48 seconds left to play in the first half. Washington is carrying, and he gets it up to the 44-yard line. Again, a yard next to second down and 9 yards to go. Aarons comes in to make the tackle.
The Cardinal defense has yet to stop the Redskins.
Second down play coming here. Washington.
Oh, what a great play by Nelson.
Lee Nelson.
What a great play by Lee Nelson. I'll tell you what, that reminds me of the way Kenny Houston used to force. Now watch Nelson come across and lower his left shoulder, take on the blocker, and make the tackle right there. Stay on his feet and make the tackle. Now there's a great play. They ought to put that in their training reel on forcing a run. Beautiful play. Picture play.
Third down and 14 now at the 39 for the Redskins. Monk, Ricky Thompson are the wide receivers. Metcalf in motion on left. Washington. Joe Washington at the 42. Lee Nelson again on the tackle.
Well, we're going to see our first punt. And the big thing now with a guy like Stump Mitchell is either kick it out of bounds, kick it away from him, or get a high punt with a good hang time.
Stump Mitchell has returned 27 this year and has not called for a fair catch. Mike Nelms of the Redskins has returned 23 and has not called for a fair catch. Connell is back to punt.
Eddie Brown was the same way, former Redskin punt returner. Good hands, good judgment.
He's at the 15. He is at the 20. Up to about the 22-yard line before Pullman makes the tackle.
Wow.
So the St. Louis Cardinals get it again. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. We have 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. Lead the Cardinals 21-0. Cards have the ball first and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Pat Tilley, Roy Green are the wide receivers for Jim Hart. Anderson and Morris are the setbacks. Tilley in motion across. Hart has the ball. And he's sacked at the 20-yard line.
Well, two things there. The Redskins know he has to throw. And he still had pretty good protection. He went play action. And nobody was open. So Hart did the smart thing. He held on to the ball and he was sacked.
We wind down now to the 2-minute warning. We're down to 2:03, 2:02, 2:01, and there it is. 2 minutes remain to be played. The automatic timeout. That's time remaining in the first half, and the Washington Redskins are leading it by a score of 21-0. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Cardinals have the ball. They have nothing on the scoreboard. Washington leads at 21-0. It's second down and 12 yards to go for the Cards. The ball is on their 20-yard line. Jim Hart is quarterbacking throughout the ball game. Jim Hart. Trying to get it to Tilley crossing.
And there's a flag.
Penalty marker back.
And you know, Lindsay, more important on this, they only have one timeout. Now you're behind 21 points. Be nice to go in at halftime from a Cardinal standpoint with 7 points on that board. But the fact that they used 2 timeouts makes it more difficult. Hart's a good 2-minute quarterback.
The fact that they were holding makes it even more difficult. Tom Dooley, the referee.
Now Olkowitz comes out.
To the hands. 60 offense, declined, it's third down.
Jerris White's in with the nickel defense.
Third and 12 at the 20. receivers. Bernhardt on the big third down play. Well, he was somewhat embattled as he unloaded it.
Perry Brooks is yelling for an intentional grounding, but they're not going to call it.
He got it out there in the neighborhood of Mel Gray. Fourth down. That's so we're seeing Carl Birdsong for the first time today.
And he has the same problem. He has to kick away or kick a high ball with good hang time so they get down and cover it, because Nelms is the same type of guy.
Nelms ran one back 75 yards for a touchdown against New England last week. A little banged up earlier in the year, but he's in good health now. Birdsong gets it off, a long, high spiraling kick. Nelms retreats. He's got him at the 26, 30. Well, he found the wall from along that sideline, and he's all the way to the 40, the 35, and all the way to the Cardinal 34-yard line. Doak Field finally brought him down. Mike Nels give you a little excitement.
Yeah. Now he had 4.5 hang time, which is pretty good on this. Nelms set that up by starting up the middle. Now goes to the outside. Now Birdsong slows him up just enough. Missed the tackle to allow Field, I guess that is 50,
It was,
to
right.
tackle him from behind. 53-yard punt return.
First and 10 at the 34. Screen right. To the 31-yard line. Metcalf advanced it, stopped by Lee Nelson. Now timeout.
You see the Redskins have great field position. Lindsay, they have all their timeouts. Theismann has good field position to take them in for a touchdown or a field goal.
1 minute, 23 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. 21-0 Redskins. They have the ball 2nd and 8 at the Cards 31-yard line. Theismann. Incomplete to Terry Metcalf.
Well, Terry should have caught that ball. He had it. He was open. He tried to run with it before he had it. Theismann still has 2 timeouts, so the fact that he dropped it doesn't hurt him too much.
Theismann is 8 for 10 in the air, 136 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hart is 5 for 12, 52 yards and 2 interceptions. 3rd down and 8 yards to go at the 31-yard line. C. Thompson with the wide receivers. Theismann throwing long to Thompson, incomplete. Worley covering defensively.
Well, Roger Worley showed his experience there. He kept position on the receiver so that he couldn't go to the football.
Here comes Mosley. Mark Mosley, the field goal man, who is 8 for 14 in that department, and he's long for the year's 42.
Well, this used to be a chip shot for him, Lindsay. He's got a strong leg. I made the statement he'd kick a field goal over 60 yards someday. Now, he's not completely healthy as a groin. Let's watch him. Let's see if he favors that.
48-yard attempt with Theismann holding. And it's short.
Yeah. Well, that's because of the leg. It was straight. Looked like it was pretty good. Just short.
Ball goes over at the line of scrimmage, which is the 31.
Now, that seems kind of harmless. But I always felt he needed more points than this. You missed that field goal. Now, Hart has 1 minute and 8 seconds to put a touchdown on the board. He can do it. He's that type of quarterback. Let's see what type of plays he calls. Now he has to call plays that'll take him near the sidelines. Stop the clock.
Cardinals have not played well. They have played without spirit so far. It would mean all the difference in the world if they could get anything on the scoreboard before the intermission.
You're right, Lindsay. Just to go in there with a field goal gives you a big lift.
First and 10 at the 31. Jim Hart. And it's complete. Taken down the floor.
Well, he tried to get out of bounds, Lindsay. Redskins wouldn't let him out of bounds.
Peterson Olkowicz dragged him down. The ball is going to be spotted at the 46-yard line. Keep in mind, they have only one timeout remaining. Hart. And it's taken by Tilley, who steps out of bounds to stop the clock at the 49.
You know, 83, Tilley. You remember a receiver in the Miami Dolphins called Twilly?
Yes, Howard Twilly.
Looks a lot like this guy, about the same size, same weight, move, good hands. Very similar.
Of Howard Twilly, they used to say that he had deceptive speed. He was slower than he looked. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Penalty marker. Nope. Incomplete.
He was open, was short. I think the right defensive end for the Redskins was offside. Looks like Dexter Manley stepped across. Couldn't get back.
Tom Dooley getting it straightened out there, the referee. That was the line of scrimmage, 49. So give him 5 to the 44.
Offsides, 72 defense, second down.
Dexter Manley. Coming up at halftime, Brent and Irv bring you scores and highlights from all around the NFL and a profile of WBA light heavyweight champion Michael Spinks, who won the gold medal in the Olympics of 1976. That's all at halftime, right here. Anderson got the first down at the 41-yard line. Monty Coleman wrestling him there.
Yeah, right with him. Hart had to take his one remaining timeout. Hart was banged on that. He's limping a little bit.
18 seconds left to play in the first half. Cards do take their final timeout, their third.
Well, he seems to be all right. See how important it is now to have a couple more timeouts? You might be able to go in 21-7. You know, the guy that I always used to worry about in here, I don't think he's caught a pass today, was number 85, Mel Gray. When we played the Cardinals, we had to stop that guy. Lindsey, we double-teamed him most of the time. He was the home run hitter.
He's had a great career, and he has receptions in 109 consecutive games, which is the longest active streak in the NFL, but he hasn't had one today.
No, he hasn't had one today. Carmichael has the record, 127. Of course, I also remember Mel Gray for another catch in 1975.
Thought you would. Dallas Hickman has come in, and Carl Lorch has come out now for the Redskins. First down and 10 yards to go for the Cardinals. They have the ball at the Redskins' 41-yard line. Clock starts on the snap, 18 seconds. Time remaining inside lower right-hand corner of your screen.
Hickman can rush the passer. Number 78.
Harrell evens up with Anderson. Setbacks. Jim Hart. Tilley could not get up that high.
Well,
Mark Murphy covered.
Yeah, the Redskins, Lindsey, are playing loose. Hart's trying to get the big play there. Now, he had good protection. Collins and Stevie and Berhaney and Deerdorf.
Hart is 8 for 16, 76 yards and 2 interceptions.
Barney Cotton, they've been giving him good protection.
11 seconds remaining in the half.
He's got time for 2 or 3 plays. Depends on the type of plays that he runs. Passes, of course.
Melker goes to a wide left. Tilley's out there with him. Roy Dean's a wide receiver to the right side. Hart steps up. Goes to Gray, incomplete. Mel Gray. 6 seconds left. 3rd and 10.
Well, they'll have to put up a bomb and hope for interference or hope for a catch. Excuse me. In fact, Hart on that play would have been sacked. He stepped up. You know, a gutsy call. It takes a lot of guts. With the defense the Redskins are in is to run Anderson in a fast trap up the middle. I've seen it happen where a guy go 40 yards for a touchdown.
Harold evens up with him. Jim Hart, penalty marker. Intercepted at the 25 by Joe Lavender.
Well, it's going to be no good. Because the Redskins were offside, I believe.
Big Dave Butts is the 65. He is not a fellow I would choose.
No, a former Cardinal, you know. Dave was a first-round pick.
Barney Cotton is the Cardinal involved there. Meantime, time has run out on the clock.
Well, there's a flag. Those guys can't. I think there's one more play, and I believe the Redskins were offsides.
It's not good, doesn't matter.
Officials will get it straight there in a minute, and then they'll tell us about it. Line of scrimmage was the 41, where referee Dooley is just now, and he's marking off the penalty. He almost marked off 7 yards.
Yeah, they're going to go for another field goal.
O'Donohue is in there now with Worley to hold for him. It'll be 53 yards.
Defense, an untimed down.
Now, defensively, you got to watch for a fake here, Lindsey.
Right, that's correct.
Dallas Hickman was the offender. 53-yard attempt here now by O'Donohue with Worley holding. No good. It is no good, and time has run out as O'Donohue attempted and missed a 53-yard field goal attempt. So they head for the locker room with the Redskins holding a 21-0 lead here. And needless to say, the Washington Redskins have dominated play, although the Cardinals have had the ball a lot, moved it a lot, but have nothing on the scoreboard. Halftime, and the score is the Washington Redskins 21 and the St. Louis Cardinals nothing. Now we'll check out scores of other games being played today. This is the 9th week of NFL football during the regular season, as we passed the midseason mark last weekend. And here is the final score. Atlanta beat New Orleans by a score of 41-10 in New Orleans.
And that'll be a big game next week. Atlanta at San Francisco.
Oh, will it ever? We'll be there. Tampa Bay beat the Chicago Bears by a score of 28-10.
Well, they stay in the race behind Minnesota.
Walter Payton went over 9,000 yards rushing. And a final score, San Francisco 17 and the Pittsburgh Steelers 14.
They keep their 2-game lead over the Rams.
San Francisco is rolling. A final, Miami Dolphins 27, the Baltimore Colts 10.
And Baltimore lost, I believe, their 7th straight. It could be 8th straight.
I think you're right.
And they've given up the most points in the league, also the Baltimore Colts.
Buffalo beat Cleveland by a score of 22-13 final score.
Well, Cleveland's been struggling.
Cincinnati beat Houston, Central Division AFC, 34-21.
I didn't care for that Houston team I saw on Monday Night Football.
And in the battle for New York, the Jets 26, the Giants 7. That's for bragging rights.
Yeah, the Jets have better personnel than the Giants.
And the Green Bay Packers 34, Seattle 24, a final score. Philadelphia 7, Dallas Cowboys 3, and that's at the end of the first half. A big battle in the Eastern Division of the NFC. Detroit is leading the Los Angeles Rams 13-7 at the end of the first half. It's now a halftime score.
Well, when they announced that score here, they announced it the other way around.
San Diego 16, Kansas City 7 in the second quarter.
Kansas City has been coming from behind with a couple of their big wins.
They're going to have another opportunity. They're trailing. And it's New England 10, Oakland 10 in the second quarter.
Oakland has to win to stay in the race.
Those scores from other games around the NFL here this afternoon. We'll return to RFK Stadium after this word from your local station. Leading the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 21-0. Hello, everybody. I'm Lindsey Nelson with George Allen here in Washington. Coach, you said at the start of the afternoon that you didn't know which St. Louis team would show up, the one we saw beat the Vikings last week or the one that had played earlier. We know now which one we've seen so far.
Yes, it's an entirely different team than the one we saw. The Cardinals have done everything this half except score. They've got time of possession way over the Redskins, but they're not playing smart football. They're not playing aggressive football.
Well, let's look at some of the highlights of the first half play here that has the Washington Redskins ahead. Joe Theismann, of course, is their quarterback.
Well, here's perfect execution on a play-action pass to Art Monk. He beat Allen 27 one-on-one to the inside for a touchdown.
That came early. It took him about a minute.
And this is the next series. Again, Joe has time to throw.
This time it's C.
And Green tries to knock it down or tries for an interception, but C goes all the way.
So the Redskins have 2 quick touchdowns and are out in front by a score of 14-0.
Now here's Reagan scoring. He's hitting the backfield. Shows his power. He's hit by 35 Griffin. Then he drives and drags Aaron's in the end zone.
And so it's 21-0.
Now here's Hart to Anderson. This play has been open several times. He dumps it off in the flat. It's like a one-man screen. Barney Cotton out in front there blocking now. Anderson turns it on. Makes a good gain.
And it isn't as though the St. Louis Cardinals could not move the ball, because they've moved it, but they have been unable to get anything on the scoreboard.
Well, you know, Lindsey, the Cardinals have controlled the ball 16 minutes to 13 for the Skins and have yet to score.
Fans are coming on the field now for the second half kickoff here at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. As usual, a sellout crowd on hand for this football game here in the nation's capital.
Well, Lindsey, the Redskin fans, and I've been in Chicago and L.A., there are no better fans anywhere than the Redskin fans. Here's the first half stats. Now, look, time of possession, go right down to the bottom. 16:47 to 13:13. It shows how deceiving that is. That's like having runners on third base and they never score.
The left on base, you're so right. Stump Mitchell is back there ready to receive this kickoff. And Mark Mosley has teed it up at the 35-yard line.
One year we played Dallas at this field, and we led at halftime 28-0. We had to hang on to win 28-21.
It can turn around. Mosley puts it up high and over, and Stump Mitchell moves up, and he takes it at the 11-yard line. He's at the 15, at the 20. Stump Mitchell to the 25, and he got across the 30-yard line before he was pulled down by Clinton Lowry.
I like Stump Mitchell.
He's exciting.
He gives them field position. He didn't have much blocking on that at all.
They start at the 33-yard line, first down and 10 yards to go. Jim Hart, of course, is at quarterback. Roy Green coming out to a wide left with Pat Tilley. This is Anderson. Otis Anderson turns it on. Penalty marker goes down.
Yeah, late flag. Anderson ran pretty well, picked up good yardage on it.
Holding against the Cardinals.
You know, the Cardinals have had a lot of key penalties today, and that's one right there. The first play of the second half, you pick up 8-9 yards and you get a penalty. That's their 6th penalty for 38 yards. This is one of the reasons the Redskins are playing better, Lindsey. They're
Holding, 89 offense, first down.
They're getting fewer penalties.
Greg LaFleur. First and 20 at the 23-yard line. 33-yard line. He got about 10 yards on the draw.
Yes, he did. He can change gears quickly.
There are the comparison stats on Hart and Theismann.
Well, those two big interceptions, one in the end zone when they were threatening to score.
And those two big touchdowns thrown by Theismann. So it's that kind of a day.
Well, Anderson has a good chance for 100 yards today. He has 74 yards right now.
Jim Hart completes it. Taken by Anderson. This is the 40-yard line. It'll be third and about 3.
You know, I say this every week, Lindsay. When we were behind at halftime, our offense had to move the ball down and attempt a field goal or kick a field goal. If we were on defense, we had to stop them and give our offense field position. When you're behind like this, the first series on offense is vital.
Third down and 3 yards to go for the St. Louis Cardinals. Anderson slipped on the cut, struggled, didn't make it. Mendenhall cut him off. I think he's short by a foot or so. Unit comes on. Carl Birdsong comes out to put it up. Mike Nelms is dropping back.
Redskin defense did their job. First series, they stopped them. Cardinal offense did not do their job.
Nelms, one of the exciting returners in this league. Birdsong's had one kick. It was for 53 yards. This one out of there. Nelms over at the 12-yard line.
Well, now
it turns to the 15.
Now there's smart football. That's good football, Lindsay. He kicked the ball to the sideline. They covered to the sideline. No chance to return. That's what you have to do. Kick away and kick the ball with enough hang time. He had 4-0 hang time, which is not real good. But he made Nelms run a long way to get it.
47-yarder was return 5. They will start 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line here in the third quarter. 15, Joe Washington is the lone setback in the double tight end alignment for quarterback Joe Theismann. Washington has the ball. And he gets 2 yards out to the 17 before middle linebacker Dave Aarons brings him down.
The big thing on that is the middle linebacker can't overrun Joe Washington. You got a halfback lining up in the fullback spot. You notice, Lindsay, when they gave the scores, there wasn't any emotion except when they gave the Dallas score. These people here still don't like the Dallas Cowboys.
I understand that. Second down and 8 yards to go. Theismann. That's the middle to Warren. Don Warren, the big tight end. 1st and 10.
Well, you see, that's the best rush the Cardinals had today, and it went for nil because Warren got inside of the linebacker. If you let that tight end get inside of the linebacker, you can't stop the looking pass.
So it is 1st down and 10 yards to go for the Redskins. Mark comes out to a wide right, C to a wide left. Washington's the lone setback. Long and Walker, the double tight end. Theismann has the ball. C incomplete. He dropped the ball at the 45.
Boy, was he open? He was wide open.
Ben Green.
Joe underthrew him. The ball was real low. Now Theismann has plenty of time. Look at the protection. Redskin offensive line doing a heck of a job. He doesn't even have to throw it here, really. And the ball is thrown very low. C should have had it.
Second down and 10 at the 28-yard line. C to the left side, Ardmont to the right. Walker in motion outside. Contact made on the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's lack of concentration, no matter which way it's called. Well, that's against the Cardinals, I guess.
I think it is. Yes, it is. Rush Brown didn't think so, but he's in the minority.
Yeah, Mike Dawson is upset by it.
I think Dawson was the man who came offside.
Yeah, 7 penalties now, Lindsay, for 43 yards for the Cardinals.
Riggins has come in. Washington's gone off.
That defensive line last week played so well for the Cardinals.
72 defense, second down.
Mike Dawson. Second and 5. Riggins is the setback. He's got it. They've got him. Pollard and Dawson.
Well, they got across. They penetrated. That's what you have to do. Now here comes the nickel personnel, dime personnel.
3rd and 6 at the 32.
This is a bigger play for the Cardinals than it is for the Redskins.
C is wide to the right side. Monk is wide to the left side. Metcalf is in motion across. And it's complete. Taken by Warren, the tight end, and he's up near midfield for a 1st and 10. Nelson and Green made the stop.
Well, Redskins use motion with Metcalf. Again, Theismann has time to throw. Hits the tight end on a delay pattern. Don Warren picks up the 1st down.
17 yards on the play. It's at the 49-yard line. C and Monk wide to the left side. Walker in motion. Riggins. Got a yard or so. Eric Williams made the stop.
Well, the Redskin offense has done a heck of a job today. Keeping the ball on the ground successfully. Throwing the ball when they have to. Keeping the Cardinal defense off balance. And that's when you get your shutouts. When your offense doesn't have turnovers, doesn't have penalties, no interceptions.
Joe Washington's the lone setback. That's Monk in motion across. Draw to Washington. Just keep scrambling. Held with the jersey at the 40-yard line. Allen.
Well, here's a draw play to Washington. It's what we call switch blocking. Missed tackle by Rush Brown. E.J. Jr. missed him. Carl Allen's going to miss him. Now I guess he's going to stay with him. Took him down with a jersey.
A haberdashery tackle. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Washington still the lone setback. Asma going long. Monk. Art Monk's got it at the 10-yard line and inside. Carl Allen is on that corner. 1st down and goal to go.
Now play action. Good time to call it. Good protection. The same type of pass he scored on. A post pattern. He got inside of Carl Allen. Good throw. Good catch.
1st and goal at the 9 for the Redskins, who lead 21-0. We're in the 3rd quarter.
E.J. Jr. went out there limping.
Riggins is the lone setback. Walker set as a wing right. Walker in motion. Riggins. Big job. Going back as he got down to about the 5-yard line. Bavron on the tackle.
There it is. Riggins on a slant play, cuts back. Good tackle by Favin, number 59, in place of E.J. Jr.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Riggins is coming off. Theismann 11 for 15. He's had 2 touchdowns. Riggins off, and Joe Washington is the setback in there now. scrim.
Well, that happens sometimes when they use a lot of motion and shift people around. Dallas has that happen to them quite often.
False start, 68 offense, second down.
And goal to go at the 10-yard line.
Here comes Metcalf and Ricky Thompson in.
Walker's coming off, Warren coming off, 2 tight ends coming off. The wide receivers coming on.
Now that should equal pass, draw, or screen.
Incomplete to Metcalf at the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal at the 10. Bavron covering defensively.
Well, Metcalf should have had that. Ball was in his hands. Joe's looking downfield, and he dumps it off to Metcalf on a shoot pattern right here. Right in his hands. Good pass.
3rd and goal at the 10 for the Redskins.
He wants to do so well against his old teammates. He's trying to run with the ball before he has it. Mike Dawson had pressure on Theismann that last play.
Theismann. And he drops the ball, and the scramble is on, and the Cardinals,
Well, you know,
I think, have it.
yeah, that's
They do.
one of the few times they dogged. A gut dog, you'll see it come right up the gut. Number 59, I believe it is.
It's Bavron.
And he knocks the ball out of Theismann's hand. He went for it with his left arm. Now Theismann's tackled. He can't recover the ball. And the Cardinals recover.
At the 28-yard line, they have it 1st and 10. Curtis Greer on the ball. Cut out. They have nothing on the scoreboard. They have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Pat Tilley. He's at the 49-yard line and hit by Mark Murphy.
Well, we were talking during that timeout, and we said we think Hart will throw the ball and try to go for a big play. And that's what he did. He hit Pat Tilley.
Steve is coming in now to replace Tilley. Dave Steve.
After a turnover, he's always liked to go for a big play. And that's good football. Nothing wrong with that.
Steve comes to the left side. Green to the right side. Otis Anderson. Got a little help from Mendenhall. And took it to the 46.
Yeah, Mendenhall brought him down from behind. He was waiting for his blocker. And Mendenhall tripped him up from behind.
Tilley's coming back in. I think we should remind you that Mel Gray, who is not in the ball game just now, came into this game with a record of having caught passes in 109 consecutive games, the longest active streak, and Mel Gray has not caught a pass today. Joe Gibbs, the head coach of the Washington Redskins.
Has his team playing good football right now.
2nd down and 5 yards to go. Anderson and Morris are the setbacks. Hart going long, and screen incomplete. The defender over there is Parrish, Lamar Parrish.
Yeah, nice play by Lamar Parrish. Very nice play. This ball was well thrown. Now watch Green. Doesn't drive Parrish off quite enough. Now he makes his out move, and Parrish comes back, knocks the ball down with his left hand, and goes through the receiver.
Anderson has carried the ball 14 times for 77 yards. Hart in the air is 10 for 20, 105 yards and 2 interceptions. Mel Gray is in there at the moment on this 3rd down play. Hart to Mel Gray. Makes the catch and keeps the streak alive at 110 consecutive games. Lamar Parrish, the defender.
Well, that's what Mel Gray still does well. You still have to respect that speed. He's still a racehorse. You don't know whether he's going deep He drives him off right by the sidelines. Hart lays it up, and he steps out of bounds and is knocked out of bounds. First down.
At the 36-yard line. Tilley to the left side. Green to the right side. Move it on the ground. Anderson moves it to the 35-yard line. Dave Butts made the tackle.
Yeah, look at that. Mel Gray's number 2. That makes 110 consecutive games for Mel Gray. Abramowitz, number 3.
Second down play, and here's the score. The Eagles 14, the Cowboys 3 in the third quarter.
Carmichael scored on an 85-yard pass from Jaworski.
Tilley in motion across. Jim Hart has the ball. Deflected and intercepted by the Redskins, and returning it is Mel Kaufman. Linebacker Mel Kaufman took the deflected pass for an interception and returned it to the 46-yard line. Patton brought him down.
Well, here it is. Here's the replay. Redskins got a pretty good rush, although Hart had time. The ball's thrown and tipped. Anybody could have had it.
Lavender tipped it. Kaufman got it.
Kaufman was on the spot. He buzzed back, and that's probably his first interception of his career.
So it has happened to the Cardinals again.
Interception today.
Second one of the day. The linebacker. First and 10 at the 46. This is Washington carrying. Gets it up to the 48 to 2. Middle linebacker Dave Aarons made the tackle, but there's a marker on the play. Turnovers, St. Louis 3 and Washington 1.
3 interceptions.
The officials taking care of the administration here, talking it over.
Well, you know, when a game's going like this, your defense has to make a big play. The defense has to turn it around.
Personal foul, offense, personal foul, defense. After the play, they offset. It's second down.
All right.
Cardinals haven't made many big plays on defense.
No, they haven't. That'll make it 2nd and 7 up there at the 49-yard line. Metcalf is outside Monk to the right side now for the Washington Redskins. And that's Monk in motion across. Joe Nasman on a draw play to Washington. Joe Washington sprints out to the left side, then moves for the 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Curtis Greer made the stop.
You know, Joe Washington reminds me of Terry Metcalf when he used to be with St. Louis. He's that same type of back. He's so quick. Now watch him on this play. He doesn't have exceptional blocking. He does that on his own.
Washington says he likes to play Joe Gibbs' offense, that if he wanted to trade him, he'd be hanging on saying, please don't. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Markers.
Well, Mike Dawson is the guy that jumped across.
53 offense.
Right.
Jeff Bostic, the center, is the man detected moving. So the penalty is assessed against the Redskins.
And Joe Washington's probably happy he's not with Baltimore.
Yes. There's a comparison of the stats for the quarterbacks. First and 15 at the 46. Monk in motion across. Passman throwing and incomplete. Penalty marker goes down. Rick Walker, the intended receiver. Dave Aarons, the defender.
Well, here's Walker running a go pattern. Again, look at the good protection Theismann has. That offensive line of the Redskins did a good job. Now, the defender had his back turned, couldn't see, a form of face guarding, which they very, very seldom call.
Pass interference, 58 of the defense, first down.
Linebacker Dave Aarons. First down and 10 yards to go.
Well, this is Aaron's second start, I believe. Last week was his first start, Lindsay. He's a rookie. That's tough coverage for him to have to cover downfield 40 yards.
First and 10 at the 16. Washington at the 13-yard line. Picked up about 3 on the play.
Just by way of illustration, the Cardinals have had 73 yards in penalties. Now that's more than the average back will make all day carrying the football. 73 yards in penalties, and it's still 2 minutes to 48 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Second down play coming here. Washington the lone setback. Motion cross. Theismann. Washington at the 5-yard line. That'll be enough for a first and goal at the 5. Williams made the tackle.
Well, here's motion again. A circle pattern where you put the back on the linebacker. Short passing game is wide open.
Now they bring in big John Riggins, and Washington comes to the sideline to an ovation from the Redskin Rooters here at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. Washington, 17 carries for 80 yards, 3 passes caught for 12 yards. On the snap was a penalty marker and scramble for the ball.
Well, the Cardinals claim they have it. It depends on who's being penalized here.
Head linesman's flag went down immediately. Offsides against the defense. Against the Cardinals.
Does that bring back a memory of last week's game?
Exactly.
Last week, the Vikings were offside twice when they recovered fumbles by the Cardinals.
Offside, 75 defense, first down.
First down and goal to go. Ball is on the 2-yard line. First down and goal. Riggins ahead of Washington in the I formation. Washington up and not quite over.
Well, that's the way to do it. Go over the top, run as close to the line as you can, and then jump. Now watch this, and then have 2 hands on the ball. Right here. Then jump. He's got 1 hand on the ball. We used to try to put the helmet on the football there and hit him in midair, and once in a while we'd get a fumble.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line. Washington in the left set, Riggins in the right set. Riggins powers in for the touchdown. Big John Riggins.
It's very difficult to stop John in here. Just a slant play, he cuts back, runs over Aarons for the score.
Mosley in to attempt the conversion attempt with Theismann holding for him.
You got to tackle Riggins low. If you tackle Riggins high, Lindsay, he'll carry you in.
And did. It's good. And so as they come back the field. It is the Washington Redskins 28 and the St. Louis Cardinals nothing. There's the last scoring drive.
That's Riggins' second touchdown, Lindsay.
Riggins' second of the day, and Mosley now is teed up at the 35. That's Stub Mitchell back to receive it for the Cardinals. 1 minute 4 seconds remaining to be played in the third quarter. Mitchell moves over and fields it at the 6-yard line. He's out to the 10 to the 15. Corral at the 20-yard line, the end of the line. So they'll start first and 10. Next week on CBS Sports Saturday, the WBA Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Michael Spinks will defend his crown for the first time against a tough Bonzel Johnson. Be ringside for all the action. That's next week at 4:30, 3:30 Central on CBS Sports Saturday.
Lindsay, Weaver made that tackle. They picked him up from Detroit on waivers.
Charlie Weaver from Southern Cal. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Jim Hart. Steve. Beg your pardon, it's Wayne Morris out of the backfield. Monty Coleman on the tackle.
Well, every down from here on in, even 3rd and 1, you play as pass. When you're ahead by 28 points this late in the ball game, you hope they run the football. Keep that clock going. Play pass over run.
It's a first and 10 at the 31-yard line. Killian Green coming wide to the left side. Arson Anderson in an I formation. Jim Hart. Green, Roy Green. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Well, with a quarterback like Hart, anything can happen. He's the type of guy that can rally a football team. It's going to be tough.
Another first down for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Jack Buck said he really liked the way the Cardinals played last week, Lindsay.
Well, I think we all did. Last week they played an outstanding game to snap the Vikings win streak at 5 consecutive games. First and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jim Hart, Green, and he's got it in. The ball gets away now. It's going to be marked dead. It's going to be marked dead, and Cardinal possession at the 18-yard line. First and 10. He had it and was down. Lamar Parrish was the defender.
Good throw, good catch. And the official ruled the ball completed at the spot of the catch. Nice protection by Hart. Now watch this. Right on the button. He's hit hard by Parrish, and Green is down.
Roy Green getting attention from the Cardinal training staff. When play is resumed, it'll be first and 10 for the Cards at the 18-yard line.
Roy Green's catch and being bashed to the ground by Parrish. Good catch, good throw, and the official made the call on the spot.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line for the Cardinals, trying to get on the scoreboard here very late in the third quarter. Mel Gray, Pat Tilley are the wide receivers. Green left under his own power. Anderson in motion outside to the left. Snapped out there, taken by Mel Gray. His second catch of the day. Gets it down to the 11-yard line. 2 seconds, 1 second, and now time runs out in this period. And Dallas has scored. It is Philadelphia 14, Dallas 10. That game is now in the fourth quarter.
Danny White hit Doug Cosby.
So that's the end of the third quarter with the score. Washington 28, St. Louis nothing. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter after this word from your local station. As we start the fourth quarter here at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., this is Lindsey Nelson with George Allen. St. Louis Cardinals have the ball second down and 4 yards to go at the 12-yard line of the Redskins. Redskins are leading at 28 to nothing.
Richie Pettibone, Lindsay, was just talking to Mark Murphy. He sent in the defense. That's Richie staying on the sidelines there. Not that's Gibbs to his right. points for that play. Inside charge, they tried to run a trap.
Brooks and Mendenhall made the stop. It is 3rd down and 3 at the 11. Hard in the air is 15 for 26, 183 yards, 3 interceptions, 2 receptions by Gray today for 16 yards.
Well, there's the home and away records of both clubs. The Cardinals have yet to win a game on the road. They're 0-4.
3rd and 3. They've got Tilley back in there. They've got Steve in there, and they've got Gray in there. 3 wide receivers.
Well, that equals pass.
They are definitely receivers to the left side. To the corner. That was intended for Mel Gray, and the move was made by Joe Lavender.
Good coverage by Joe Lavender. No chance to get that in. Lavender had him all the way.
4th down and 3 yards to go. Cardinals at the 11. They look to see if the field goal unit is coming on. They are trailing by 28 points in the 4th quarter.
You know, I think that he can throw short, throw the ball behind the line, Lindsay. This is what I see. And let him run with it. Throw the ball to somebody like Anderson behind the line. There goes another timeout.
Another timeout. His heart goes to the sideline.
Oh.
So it's been that kind of a day for the St. Louis Cardinals. Jim Hannafin, the head coach of the Cards, meets Hart. Lomax, the backup quarterback. The Louis Cardinals have had time to work out the strategy of their 4th down play here. 4th down and 3 yards to go at the 11-yard line. Anderson and Harrell are the setbacks in there. Green is out to the left side. Mel Gray to the right side. Pat Tilley is in wing right. Harrell in motion outside. Jim Hart on 4th down to the end zone. Green, touchdown. The Cardinals get on the board with 14:06 left to play in the game. Lavender was the cornerback over there.
Well, Hart made a good throw. Spread the defense out. 1 remaining back. Good throw to Green. Right on the fingertips. Right between the defenders.
Neil O'Donohue's in to attempt the conversion. Roger Worley is in to hold for him. Kick is good. So the Cardinals get 7 here late in the ball game. As they come back up the field now, it is the Redskins 28, the St. Louis Cardinals 7, and we have 14 minutes 6 seconds left to play in this game. Neil O'Donohue has teed the ball up at the 35-yard line. It's Mike Nelms sent deep to receive it for the Washington Redskins. Nelms moves over, and he's got it at the 5-yard line. 15, 20, hurdles a tackler or two, and it's Nelms stretching it out. Mike Nelms. Greg LaFleur was in pursuit, number 89. But what a return by Nelms.
Well, you know what he did, Lindsay? He jumps over the pile here. This is the difference. Now watch him broad jump right over the pile. And this also lets you know LaFleur's speed, 89, Greg LaFleur, because Nelms is a racehorse, and LaFleur's the guy that runs him out of bounds.
At the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. 84-yard return, says the official statistician. That excites the crowd here at RFK Stadium. Receivers left. Washington has the ball. Well, he thought he'd try a little hurling on his own. He gets up out of the 10-yard line. It's the thing to do these days.
Well, you know, the Cardinals just scored. Now they have hope. Nelms returning that ball 84 yards takes it out of you in a hurry. You need a big play when the other team scores to turn it around.
Ron Saul slow getting up, so the referee Tom Dooley stopped the clock for a moment. Winds it up again, said let's go. The ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. 2nd down and 7 at the 9. Washington's carried 19 times for 84 yards. Washington the lone setback. Metcalf and Monk a double to the left side. That's Monk in motion all the way across right. Now the draw play to Washington. He tries the right side. Oh, not this time.
Boy,
Lee Nelson is in.
Nice tackle, a picture tackle by Nelson. He's made 2 plays today that I'd have on the training reel. Washington is a tough guy to tackle one-on-one. Nelson on that last play wrapped his arms around him and brought him down. You don't see many people bring Joe Washington down like that.
There you go. 3rd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
Now here comes the dime personnel.
See Thompson, Monk, 3 wide receivers in the ball game offensively for the Redskins. Washington the lone setback for Joe Theismann, the quarterback. Touchdown into the corner to Art Monk. Art Monk. Tim Collier was the defender over there.
Yeah, and the Cardinals dog, and they were right in Theismann's face. He made a perfect throw. Collier was beaten. Here it is. Watch the Cardinals dog right in there. Joe has to get rid of it. Collier has his back turned, can't see it. Monk plays the ball at the highest point, takes it away.
So the Redskins have scored it again. They have a conversion attempt coming. Mosley's in to attempt it. Theismann is holding for him. Mosley's boot is good. So now it is the Washington Redskins 35. The St. Louis Cardinals 7 with 12 minutes 20 seconds left to play in this game.
Now here's the touchdown. Eric Williams is right in Joe's face. He gets rid of the ball. Collier has his back turned. Monk plays it like a rebound. Coming off the boards, takes it away. Beautiful execution on that. You can't defense that play.
Mosley is teed up at the 35-yard line. Stump Mitchell has moved up to the 5-yard line to receive it for the St. Louis Cardinals. Stump Mitchell moves over. He's at the 5 and he's at the 10. He's at the 15. Stopped at the 19-yard line by James White. Jarris White, beg your pardon. Next weekend on CBS Sports Saturday, the WBA Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Michael Spinks will defend his crown for the first time against the tough Bonzel Johnson. Be ringside for all the action. Next week at 4:30, 3:30 Central on CBS Sports Saturday.
Geez, the last time these teams played, the Cardinals scored 40 points against the Redskins. Now we got 35 points for the Redskins. What a reversal.
Spin that. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Jim Hart. And he completes it to Morris. When Morris up to about the 39-yard line before Olkowitz made the tackle. Fourth quarter, it is the Rams 14, Detroit 13.
That Wendell Tyler scored again. That's his 2nd touchdown.
Big day for Wendell. And it is San Diego still leading Kansas City, but now by 2 points, and it's in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Nick Laurie kicked a 24-yard field goal.
2 points is a nervous lead. 1st and 10 now at the 39-yard line. Pat Tilly, Roy Green are the wide receivers. Double to the right side. And it's completed. LaFleur. Just keeps right on rambling down to the 41-yard line. Parrish made the stop. Now the Dallas Cowboys have gone ahead of the Philadelphia Eagles 17-14 in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, Mr. Tony Dorsett on a 9-yard run.
Right here it is the Washington Redskins 35 and the St. Louis Cardinals 7. The Cardinals have the ball. It's spotted at the inbounds marker at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Green goes to the left side. Pat Tilly comes to the right side. Anderson and Morris are the setbacks. Now the draw play to Anderson. 35, 30, 25, 20. Oh, and got to the 15-yard line.
He tripped. Nice running by Anderson. Beautiful run, a good call. Draw play. Here it is. Good call in this situation. No hole. He finds the open space. Now watch him cut back here. Right here. I think he tripped over his own man.
Anderson's scored 17 times for 111 yards in this ballgame. He's gone over the 100.
First time this year.
Otis Anderson. Tilly touchdown. Pat Tilly for the touchdown. Lamar Parrish the defender.
Well, it was a one-on-one. And Hart had the time and drilled it into Tilly. Here it is. Back straight up. Redskins running a stunt. Also with a dog. And Tilly ran a crossing pattern down there. You always get away from the defense.
Conversion attempt coming now. Worley's in the hole for Neil O'Donoghue. And it's good.
Jeez.
So the Redskins lead at 35-14. And we have 11 minutes, 4 seconds left to play in the game. Here's the punt and kickoff return yardage of Stump Mitchell and Mike Nelms today.
Mike Nelms has outplayed Stump Mitchell today.
O'Donoghue. So to C side of the field, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, to the 15, to the 20. Across the 25 and stop there. Randy Love.
You know that last score, Lindsay, the Cardinals won 82 yards in 4 plays.
It only takes a moment. It's at the 27-yard line now. First down and 10 yards to go for the Redskins. These Redskin fans here at RFK Stadium have enjoyed this to the fullest this afternoon.
Oh, they have. They haven't won many games here at home. They won last week by 2 points.
And that was the first one this year. Here at home. Metcalf and Mock are the wide receivers. Washington. Cut off by Allen. Carl Allen on the corner.
You know, a big fan back in Fenton, Missouri, Roger Leonhardt, will be disappointed in this because he was at the game last week telling me how pleased he was with the Cardinals. He's seen a different team today.
It's been a little different. Training staff coming out now. See about Allen. Carl Allen getting up very slowly.
You know, I found that the teams that lose seem to have more injuries. Now, Green Bay, the Packers, for the last 2 or 3 years have led the league on injured reserve and injuries.
Right.
When you win, you don't have as many injuries.
I guess that's true.
No, it is true. That's right. And whatever injury you have, you know, guys like Ron McDowell and Kilmer and Kenny Houston and Talbot, they very seldom were injured. And if they were injured, they usually ended up playing. Cliff Branch scored from Mark Wilson, 14-yard pass.
It's going to be second down, 11 yards to go at the 26-yard line. Collier's in there now, and Allen has come off on that corner defensively for the Cardinals. Washington's the setback. Mock in motion across. Stays on his feet, and after he had crossed the 35, he hit the deck.
Tim Collier. Now Washington ran a draw on that play. The hole was jammed up. He ends up running a strong side sweep out of it, and Tim Collier missed the tackle. Had him for a loss.
Spotted at the 36-yard line. Third down and about 1 to go.
Washington's going to make 100 yards today the way he's going.
22 rushes, 92 yards, you're right. Washington and Riggins are both in there at this moment. Knox in the wing left. They need a yard. Big jump. Lee Nelson piled him up. They'll have to take a long look here. They'll bring out the chain. The referee has called time for that purpose. Well, George, you can look around this stadium, RFK, and you must have a lot of memories of the years that you spent here.
Yeah, Lindsay, we had some great games here, and we had standing ovations for 7 years. We'd get them before the game. We'd get them at the start of the third quarter. And I can remember also every loss we had here, as well as the victories.
Yes. Didn't make it. It's going to be 4th down, a yard to go, so the punting unit has come on.
That's unusual to stop Riggins for, isn't it? For a yard, and you only have a yard to gain.
Cardinals' other kick was 44 yards here this afternoon.
Now Stump Mitchell has a chance to catch up with Nelms on this play. Neither team has punted that much. Let's see what he can do. See what type of punt he gets to handle, if any.
Plenty of time. 30-second clock's just down to 11 now. So they're letting it run down a little. 5-4. Stump Mitchell at the 25, to the 30, 35, and up to the 36-yard line. Next Sunday, there'll be more exciting football action on CBS. The NFL Today, 12:30 Eastern Time, will start today when Brent Musburger, Irv Cross, Phyllis George, and Jimmy the Greek bring you up to date on all the happenings around the NFL. And then St. Louis takes on Philadelphia, and Detroit takes on Washington right here at RFK Stadium.
Well, that Detroit game at Washington, now the Redskins are playing good ball. Detroit has to win to keep pace with Minnesota. That should be a heck of a ball game.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Cardinals in possession now. Jim Hart. Philly at the 47-yard line. Joe Lavender made the tackle.
You know, Tilly has sticky hands. When he gets his hands on that football, he doesn't drop it. Here he is, coming down under control. Now he runs a crossing pattern, and Hart drills it right in there. And Lavender puts the wood to him right there. Joe's 6'4" and a physical defensive back.
Hart. And it's completed at Tilly. It's about the 42, 43-yard line. Mel Kaufman.
And Tilly used his head, Lindsay. He got out of bounds, I believe, stopped the clock. Yes. He wasn't going to make any yardage turning upfield.
2nd and 6 at the 43. Steve is coming to the ball game now for the Cards. Here comes Mel Gray in as well. Morris is going off. Tilly's going off.
Dave Butts coming out.
Anderson's the lone setback. Penalty marker. Anderson's got the ball. Gets it down to the 31-yard line. Now a penalty to check out.
I think it's against the Redskins. It looked like somebody beat the charge, beat the snap. Anticipated a quick count, which Hart was going on, but he changed his cadence.
Exactly right. The Redskins are offside. They'll take the 1st down, I think, down at the 32.
Offsides. 72 defense is declined. It's 1st down.
It's declined, and they'll take it at the 32, 1st and 10. Jim Hart stats.
Well, he has a chance to go over 300 yards.
Hart. Incomplete. Roy Green in and out. Pastorini has replaced Pat Hayden at quarterback for Los Angeles, and the Rams are leading at 17-13 in the 4th quarter.
Well, you know, we were talking this morning about players that have a lot of injuries. Sometimes you have guys on your team that are injury prone, so that your injury reserve is going to be a large one if you have that type of player. Now, Pat Hayden's a heck of a quarterback, but he's had a lot of tough luck, Lindsey.
We have a report that he has broken his thumb. 2nd and 10. Pulled it in at the 21-yard line.
Well, there's Kansas City. We talked about Kansas City coming from behind. Last week they came from behind. Today they came from behind, 20-19.
In the 4th quarter.
Right.
First down and 10 yards to go at the 21. Philly goes wide to the left side. Roy Green comes far to the right side. Morris and Anderson to the setbacks. There they come. Jim Hart never had a chance.
Well, it was just a matter of time.
Mel Kaufman, 55. And Olkowitz.
Hart has done all this against the 4-man rush. Now they dog him, sending both backs out. You see, it's a 5-man pattern. You can't pick that up. Kaufman's in there.
3rd time Hart's been sacked. Loss of 16 yards.
Richie Pettibone called that from the sidelines. A good call. You got to mix your defenses.
2nd and 18 at the 29. Tilly, Gray, and Green are the wide receivers. Gray. Penalty marker goes down.
Hart did a good job of getting that ball off. They dogged again. Watch this. Watch Hart get this ball off. There's Perry Brooks being double teamed. Can't see the dog, and Hart gets that ball off in a hurry.
Face mask against the Washington Redskins. Stepped off by the referee. Lamar Parrish, I believe.
Well, that was accidental. Lamar reached in there and in an effort to make a tackle, got the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, 24 defense.
It was Parrish.
Yeah.
So the ball goes down to the 14-yard line.
In the Dallas game, Lindsey, Jaworski has bruised ribs, and Pisarcik is playing quarterback now.
Next Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles and the St. Louis Cardinals. Jim Hart. Oh, short.
Well, Hart could not put anything on it. He threw the ball backing up. That Philadelphia-Dallas score is in the 2-minute period, Lindsey.
Okay. We have 7 minutes, 2 seconds remaining here. Third and 3 at the 14.
You see, now you got your 3rd and 3. You got your choice of throwing into the end zone or throwing for 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage and letting them run for the first down.
Right into the end zone. Tilly, touchdown. Pat Tilly took it.
He had White beaten.
Jarvis White.
White was the same thing that happened to the Cardinals. Now White has his back turned. Hart's backing straight up. Good protection. 2 men blocking butts. Now watch this. White's back is turned. He doesn't see the ball.
Neil O'Donoghue is in to attempt a conversion with Roger Worley holding as you see Pat Tilly take it there in the end zone. Here's the boot. It's up and it's good. And so the St. Louis Cardinals have 21 points on the board now. It is the Washington Redskins 35, the St. Louis Cardinals 21. 6 minutes, 56 seconds left to play in this game here in Washington, D.C. tonight on CBS starts with 60 Minutes. And then for the first time on network television, Clint Eastwood stars in Every Which Way But Loose, followed by The Jeffersons. It's all tonight on CBS. We have a correction on a report we gave you earlier. We said we had the report that Pat Hayden had injured his thumb. Well, we had the report, but he didn't have the bad thumb. It was Rutledge, Jeff Rutledge, who had injured the thumb, and so Pastorini replaced Rutledge. Got it? Okay.
Hart went 64 yards in 9 plays. He's hot right now. Every time he's had that ball, he's put them in the end zone.
O'Donohue will come out to kick off. You've got to look at Nelms waiting to receive it. And he has proven here this afternoon that when he receives it, it can be exciting.
Well, they tried to kick away from him last time. But when you do that, you sacrifice distance.
Nelms at the 11-yard line. He's at the 15, at the 20, 25. Across the 30, and that's all. Randy Love made the stop. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
But what happened in that Ram game, Lindsay, they just took Hayden out and replaced him with Rutledge. And probably somebody thought he was hurt.
And now it's Pastorini who's in. John Riggins carrying, and Dave Aarons, the middle linebacker, made the stop at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's what the Redskin offense wants to do now. Keep that clock running. They have a 14-point lead. There's 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play. No mistakes by your offense. Keep the clock going.
Second down play. C coming wide to the left side. Monk is double far to the left. Now it's Monk going over to the right side. Timeout call to beat the 30-second clock. Theismann saw that the 30-second clock was down to 2. He turned quickly and called time to avoid the penalty on the play. Joe Theismann, who played his college football at the University of Notre Dame, then went to Canada, and then came to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, I gave Don Shula a first-round pick for Joe, and I thought that he was a good young quarterback to come along behind Sonny Jurgensen and Billy Kilmer. And he's having an outstanding game today. You know, when I was in St. Louis, I wanted to get some football scores. It's about 10:30 at night. They weren't giving them on the television, so I called KMOX. The lady answered very courteously, and she said, if you turn your radio on, we're going to give you the scores in a few minutes. The only reason I tell that little story is that it just shows how efficiently run and operated that KMOX is, Lindsay.
But you can do it that way. I can do what I do. I call Jack Bucket home.
Oh, you get it from the horse's mouth. They wake them up.
Second down and 8 yards to go at the 34. Theismann. Green on the screen. Washington on the screen. Washington on the screen up to the 43, and it's enough for a first down.
Well, that was a big play for the Redskins because now they pick up a first down and they keep the clock running by throwing the ball.
Eric Williams made the stop.
And Joe did the right thing. Nobody open downfield. He dumped it off to Washington. Option play.
Redskins are leading 35-21. Theismann brings them up. First down, 20-20. Wiggins to the 47. Williams, along with Green, made the stop.
You know, anytime there was a man in the fullback spot, I wanted my middle linebacker to stay at home and not move out of there too quickly. On that last play, Riggins was in the fullback spot. That's the 3 position, and the middle linebacker took himself out.
2nd down and 6 yards to go at the 47.
We got a report here. Tony Franklin just missed a 29-yard field goal with 1:40 seconds left.
Oh, boy. Riggins again and across the 50. Ken Green met him there. Referee says my timeout. The referee stops the clock to get him unstacked. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 48-yard line.
Well, Billy Bidwell and Joe Sullivan won't like this. Last week they were elated over the performance of their ball club. Today we saw a different type of team, Lindsey.
We did indeed. Washington and Riggins, and they're now setbacks for the Redskins.
You know who's going to carry the ball?
I think I know.
I would imagine that Big John.
Washington just did get the handoff.
Well, they had Riggins block and Washington carry it.
Greer and Brown made the stop, and now they're going to stack him, get him unstacked and take a look to see about the possible first down. Looks a little short.
Yeah, I don't think he made it. But we shouldn't guess up here. We're too far away.
Well, this is the best place to guess from, and I don't think he made it. No. Short by a foot. 4th down. Punting unit comes on.
Now the fans always want you to go for it.
Redskin fans want more.
Jeez. That's the last thing you want to do is take a chance and go for it and not make it give them field position, put them back in the ball game.
Mike Connell in to do the punting. Stump Mitchell is back there standing along his own 10-yard line. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in this game.
Well, they got 10 men up here.
They have. They're rushing 10. It off. Stump Mitchell moves over, takes it at the 12-yard line. He's at the 15. Stopped at the 16.
Well, when you put 10 men up, Lindsey,
Manley made the stop.
There's not much help for your return man. And Stump didn't have a chance on that.
37-yard punt. It'll be 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals, and they have the ball at their own 16-yard line.
Now the Redskin defense plays pass all the way. Well, here's the Rams 20-13 over Detroit. Frank Terrell kicked 2 field goals.
A minute and 14 seconds left to play in that game. Billy Gray and Green are the wide receivers for the Cardinals. Was the intended receiver. Jarris White covering. Penalty marker.
Hart got hit as he released the ball.
Holding is indicated against the Cardinals. Those of you tuning in to see 60 Minutes, it will be seen in its entirety immediately following today's football coverage. Penalty is being marked off. Final score, and Dallas has defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 17-14.
Well, they came from behind. Tony Dorsett's
60 offense. First down.
9-yard run was the difference. That ties that division up, I believe, Lindsey. They both have 2 losses.
Barney Cotton was the offender here. The ball goes back to the 8-yard line. Right, it's first down and 18 yards to go. Hart from the end zone, and he shakes loose, avoids the safety. The ball is intercepted at the 26-yard line by Monty Coleman. Monty Coleman runs it back inside the 10. Monty Coleman to the 5. Touchdown, Monty Coleman. The linebacker intercepted and ran it in. But they're going to bring it back, I think. They're going to bring it back, I think, and say that he was down where he intercepted and could not advance.
Hart was almost hit for a safety on the play. Now watch it. He gets loose, throws the ball. Coleman makes a nice interception.
There is contact.
Right, contact. Now Coleman shows he has some running ability, and he scores.
Interception, down by contact.
Right.
Washington's ball, first down.
Down by contact. If he hadn't been touched by an opposing member of the opposing team, he could have advanced it, but he could not under those circumstances.
There was contact. That's the 4th interception today by the Redskin defense.
Ball is at the 27-yard line. Monty Coleman put out all that effort and didn't get any points.
Yeah.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line. 2 minutes 51. We'll have the automatic timeout at 2 minutes, of course. Riggins. Oh my, Walker threw a block for him coming back, and Riggins goes down the sideline, steps out about the 5-yard line.
See, people don't realize how fast Riggins is. Riggins once ran 100 in 9.7. Of course, he was a lot lighter, but watch him slant to the outside and watch the block by the wide receiver. Tight end playing the wide receiver.
First down and goal at the 5. Riggins has carried 13 times for 47 yards. Washington's carried 23 times for 93 yards. Washington and Riggins are the setbacks in there just now. 2:44 on the clock. The crowd is alive at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. Riggins. Touchdown! Big John took it in.
Riggins drive up in there and use that speed I've been talking about to score. He does that very effectively in here. I've seen him score many a touchdown on a play that's designed to go off tackle. He uses his speed, goes outside.
Riggins' 3rd touchdown of this football game. They have a conversion attempt coming.
Defense set that one up, Lindsey. Monty Coleman's interception. Now, there we go. We said last time they played, Cardinals scored 40 points. The Redskins returned it, 41.
42 now, as the conversion is added. It's 42-21. Here is the final score. The Los Angeles Rams 20 and the Detroit Lions 13. Final score.
Yeah, Frank Carell came through. He missed a field goal last week that cost him a game against the 49ers. He kicked 2 in a row there.
Detroit to receive it. Here's another final score. Oakland 27 and New England 17.
Well, I still think Oakland's the team to beat in that division. That keeps them alive. New England going to have a long season.
Mark Mosley is teeing it up at the 35-yard line. Stump Mitchell is back there center deep near the 4-yard line. Love and Harrell are back there with him. On the ground. 20, 30. Heads for the sideline marker. Goes out of bounds at about the 33, and he was run out of bounds there. Tonight on CBS starts with 60 Minutes. And then for the first time on network television, Clint Eastwood stars in Every Which Way But Loose, followed by The Jeffersons, and it's all tonight on CBS. All these programs will be seen in their entirety.
Lindsay, we'd like to extend our best to Marie Lombardi. She was here last night for the induction of her former husband, Vince, into the Hall of Fame here. She became ill and was operated on. So we hope it's nothing serious and a speedy recovery to Marie Lombardi.
Indeed. Neil Lomax is in that quarterback now. Hart is out, and Neil Lomax is the quarterback for the Cardinals. He unleashes one, and Stump Mitchell tries but can't hold on. Covering on the corner was Lavender. Second and 10 at the 34-yard line. Neil Lomax, the rookie quarterback from Portland State, the heir apparent in St. Louis.
Well, he can learn a lot from Jim Hart, I'll tell you that.
Green are the wide receivers. Mitchell goes out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Lamar Parrish on that corner. You see the time remaining to be played in set lower right-hand corner of your screen, 2:18. Third and 8 at the 36.
One thing about Lomax, he's more agile than a lot of people realize. He can move around.
Got it. Tilley. That'll be enough for the first down. Here's a final score. San Diego 22, Kansas City 20.
Beat him at the gun. Gee.
Excitement in the NFL. We're counting down to the 2-minute warning now. And that is it. There's the whistle sounding the automatic timeout. And so with 2 minutes to play, it is the Redskins 42 and the Cardinals 21. With 2 minutes to play now, it is 42-21 the Redskins, and the ball is first and 10 at the 46 for the Cardinals. Their own 46.
No, I was...
Tilly Gray and Green are the wide receivers. Lomax waves the rush and completes the pass to Harrell. Willard Harrell is across the 40-yard line. Coleman made the stop, so it's another first and 10. Thanks for the help in the booth today from statisticians Joe Bond and Ron Kane, and of course handling the identifications as usual, Bruce Allen. Thank you, gentlemen. They're ready to go. Once again, first and 10, Lomax with the ball. Harrell can't hang on. They get an incompleted pass. Forward pass behind the line. Not a loose ball.
Not that last play, but the previous one. Lomax showed his ability to step up and avoid the rush.
The executive producer of NFL football is Terry O'Neill. The senior producer is Charles H. Milton III. Today's game was produced by Jim Sulman, directed by Bob Daly. And these are the people whose fine work made the telecast possible here this afternoon. Second and 10 at the 37-yard line. 1:31 on the clock. Billy Gray and Green, the wide receivers. Lomax. Green incomplete.
Well, he had him open, but he threw behind him.
Lavender covering. Third and 10 coming up.
Lomax is looking over to the sidelines to get a play. show you how deceiving time of possession is. The Redskins 29, St. Louis 27. The score is 42-21. 29 minutes to 27 minutes.
Mitchell and Harrell are the setbacks in there now for Lomax. Lomax. Incomplete to Green.
And he's throwing behind him.
4th and 10 at the 37. Jerris White covering. 1:20 on the clock.
4th down, 4th and 10.
Lomax looks over and says, now what do we do? And they tell him quickly.
Well, he's got. I would think he'd try to get the first down, because you still got 1 minute and 20 seconds if you want to get another touchdown. Get the first down to give you 4 more plays.
Throwing short, incomplete, and the ball goes over on downs. The Redskins pick it up 1st and 10 at the 37. 1:15 on the clock. Tom Flick is coming out with the Redskin unit now. He's the backup quarterback to Theismann. He is the rookie from the University of Washington.
When we went to Japan last year, Lindsay, he was in that Japan Bowl.
He was, and I remember then that he was highly regarded, and everybody there thought he had the best arm around among the quarterbacks, and we had some good ones.
Yeah, he sure did. And he was still available in the 4th round for the Redskins.
See, he comes to the left side, double out there with Art Monk. Redskins are leading here 42-21 in the closing moments of the ball game. Ricky Clapp bursting through for yardage.
Well, you know what happens here? You bring in a fresh back. He's eager to run. Defense is a little tired. He almost broke that.
He almost did. Got to the 47-yard line for a 1st and 10. First down play coming now for the Redskins. Clock is running. It's down to 40 seconds remaining to be played in this game. This could be the last play. Tom Flick, the quarterback for the Redskins. That again. Across to the 49-yard line. Stop the clock, and it is counting down, and you can see it, and it is running out. And this game is about to end as Joe Gibbs goes to center field. Congratulate his adversary. And so the Washington Redskins have defeated the St. Louis Cardinals 42-21, George.
Well, they beat them in the first quarter. Theismann scored the first 2 times he had the ball. He only had to throw 19 passes today, completed 14 for 219 yards. Now Hart threw for over 300 yards and still lost. You got to be able to run the football as well as throw it. And I think the Redskins' attack right now is balanced. I like the type of offense they're playing.
Here is the final score. Dallas 17 and the Philadelphia Eagles 14. That was a final in the big game played this afternoon. Another big one. Los Angeles Rams 20 and the Detroit Lions 13. That's the final.
And Detroit will be coming in here off of a loss. It'll be tough.
Joe Gibbs along there, having offered congratulations to the Cardinals, and he is now sprinting back over. It's been a big day for Joe Gibbs and for the Redskins and for their fans.
Well, they've won 2 in a row.